5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, you guys? And in case y'all been hiding under a rock, which I have, but I be peeking my head a little bit, the documentary with Diddy and 50 Cent came out. Now, for my people that watch Force, it's really good. And I'm going to explain to y'all why my favorite character is D-Mac in another video. But let's get to it real quick. I saw the documentary. It's not messy the way I thought it would have been, could have been, and everything else. I honestly think that he got an already written documentary and threw his name on it. 50 Cent, that is. But it wasn't crazy bashing. But your man Diddy is dirty Diddy, and he's out of control. But we're gonna get into that because we're gonna go over it line by line by line by line. And I felt bad for him when he was a child because his mother looked like she embarrassed the ish out of him. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do an intro real quick. Look at me. I can't even talk. I haven't talked in a while because I've been busy moving. I'm still moving. So as y'all can see, I'm still here, my background, but I'll be out soon. Let's play this intro real quick and we're gonna get at it.
Hey, yo, talk crazy on tweets. They don't want it cause I come to defeat. They don't want it. I peek, these niggas all sweet. Bamboo sticks all in the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week. Get the work, put it up for my seeds. No care for the IG, just no care. Do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout.
People need to hear this. It's a lot of names on my hit list. Still say what he wants to. Still wet like a big. I should run a whole blog at this rate. They using my name for clickbait. People wanna start fake beef. Just said a little weep in the mixtape. They know I'm the bomb. They ticking me off. Say anything to get a response. I know that mean they traffic is slow. Somebody just gotta practice along. So she being tame. They'd rather be wild. This is brandy. They wanna be down. Soon as got something to sell, they say my name. Destiny Child. Everybody wanna be lit. Everybody wanna be rich. Everybody wanna be this. If us who out hate me. Read my problems. All of that talking, I'm calling it out. Public opinions from private accounts.
Okay, as y'all know, I done buckled down and paid for my StreamYard, and I don't know why I ever thought the free version was okay, because it wasn't. Shots fired at my cheap ass. Who's here? Hey, Miss Queen Liz, how you doing? She said, I think the documentary was a chess move. It brought together a lot of voices and pieces of the docs and the interviews and some unseen, truly putting it all together. Yeah, it did. Yo, what the heck did you think about what's that girl from Danity Kane? I'm having a brain freeze. Aubrey. We got to talk about her too. All right, let's start from the beginning. So they go in as Diddy when he was a child and who he was raised by. And it was like that his mama, she got on a talk show and she's sitting there talking about, oh, I was the lady. Pretty much she was signaling that she was getting paid from gentlemen and she was a madam, right? His father was a gangster who Diddy still wanted to be like. And a lot of people in his childhood was like, this is that. He was not that. Diddy was not a street guy. He was in private school. His mother kept him out of the streets and everything else. However, there was a lot going on in the house. Let me see if I can pull up some pictures. Exhibit. All right. Hold on. We're going to come back to that. This is his mother at the talk show. So she's taking the mic, running away with the damn show. She's sitting there like, yeah, I beat his ass. One, when he was a kid, and two, she was like, I was a lady and men like to buy stuff. She was like, I used to work at an after-hour spot and men would buy me stuff. And Diddy's face looked like he was high-key embarrassed. Like he had this look. But now what I know about this documentary, he was looking like, shut the F up. She said, Amina, hope you had a good holiday. Where are my manners? Nah, you're good. And yes, this clip was from the vaults. Yeah, so I was looking at it and I was like, hold on. All right. So this is Diddy. And I was looking at him in the documentary and I was like, yo, he was ugly. Because when he got older and when he got money, he looked cute. I'm not even gonna say he sit here and cap. To me, the older Diddy in the 30s, he looked pretty decent. But I just was like, yo, he was struggling back in the day. So let me see. They were talking about in the gym where people were unalived. So what happened was he threw a show and he overhyped it, and it was supposed to be in a school gym. It was crazy. People ransacked and tried to get in. Now, because there was no exits coming out of the gym, there was a stampede and a lot of people lost their lives. And they said that somebody grabbed the mic and was like, yo, people are unalived. That is a scary situation, because if they stampede and people was unalive, you know there was going to be another stampede on the way back out and people were unalive. Back then, he was running under Harrell, Andre Harrell. They were like besties, but look at them and look at the picture. They look like besties, or they look like broskies, or they look like hoskies. They look like they want to date to me. But I'm gonna show you. And then we ain't get there yet. So after that situation happened, to be honest, to me, it sound like a initiation. Lives were lost, and they said after that, Diddy was popular. Now, the way they put that, I was like, oh, was that initiation? Why did they say that specifically in the document? They said after that, after the stampede and people lost their lives, Diddy was born. Diddy was born after death. I do watch my videos, guys. Yes, that is, I'm not, you know what? Conspiracy theorists are winning because so far we're 0 for 12. Because they've been proving us right all year. I'm just saying. Okay, so he overhyped it. It was promoted. So that means that, like, to me, Diddy got it in his genes. Like, he definitely had the skills to promote. I'm not going to take nothing from him. If he said he's going to do something, they said that he was determined and he did it. And I get it. I'm going to tell you a funny story, the way New Yorkers are, us New Yorkers. So one day I was on 42nd Street, right? And it was crowded. This is why they say New Yorkers have no respect. The street was crowded and I was trying to get to where I had to go. However, people just kept walking, bumping me, and I just kept going like backwards, and I couldn't get to where I had to go. So I finally, after being bumped about 5 times, I realized you just got to pick a path and go straight. And if somebody's coming towards you, you cannot move. So I picked a lane, and it was like bowling pins, and walked straight. And I got to where I got to go. And then that is the New York walk. Pick a lane and go straight. Don't move. Otherwise, you won't get nowhere. But yeah, he said he's going to do something in his life and nobody's going to stop him, and he's going to get where he got to go. So that's why when he's spazzing out talking about what do I got to do to get this, it's because he's not going to take no for an answer. But that is the real recipe for greatness. You don't say no. Like, you could fall down and bust your ass. They say the real winners are the ones that get up every time and keep going. 50 Cent do that too. However, the man ended up in a huge power position. And after a while, I was like, yo, before he was addicted to drugs, your man was addicted to power. Imagine having all this power, right? People are bowing down to you. They telling you you're great. And let's be honest, people do be worshiping these stars for whatever reason, praising them and everything. So that gets your head up. Mind you, you don't have people in there to pop the balloon, to to level you down. You are the man. People are fighting just to be around you. So you power that over a period of time and you getting away with stuff. And after a while, you just throwing money at stuff. Power is addictive too. I don't know if y'all knew that. I'm sure y'all did, but your man was definitely high off power. And the fact that nobody would tell him no. So this is him and DJ Harrell. That's his lover to me. Lover. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at the way they are. His hand is all on his neck. But that's not even the picture. So your man moved in with Andre. Did I say DJ? Andre Harrell. When Andre Harrell got his mansion, he was like, listen, I'm living here, and moved in. So they were shacking up. Imagine what the hell was going on in that place. Okay, so this is the picture. I was like, and they showed this in a documentary. I think they did this on purpose. They did this on purpose. Listen, y'all not gonna sit in my face and tell me this don't look like lovers. Your man is damn near cradling this guy. Mm-mm. 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 Look, every time your man's is shacked up. Okay. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm so sorry. I already knew my dogs was about to come in and barge the door. And right where they come in, it was gonna mess up my whole camera. I don't even know how I'm looking over here. All right. I totally forgot who this beautiful lady is because she looks so beautiful. Let me see. Damn it. Oh, so Clive signed Biggie Smalls. Now, no. So Andre Harrell gave Puff Daddy Uptown. After initiation, hey, pretty girl Love Trap, how you doing? So after the initiation, I think that Jim was an initiation. Sounds like it to me. This is my opinions. Strongly agree. Andre Harrell was like, I'm not letting him go. Of course not. Your daddy. He gives him Uptown and they give him one of the artists. And it's weird because it's like they're giving these top record labels give away people like they're candy, like they're nothing. So he's like, yeah, I'll give you Biggie Smalls. Here, take him. Let's see what you could do with him. So he takes Biggie Smalls, right? He plays Biggie Smalls for Clive Davis. And I'm looking at the situation. Let me see if I got any pictures of that. Okay, well, this is Clive. So he gives Clive, so he plays Biggie to Clive Davis. And I'm looking at Clive Davis. Look at this man. Cause he damn near look old his whole life. Every time I get a picture, Clive look like this. He way older now. Now Clive act like he's deaf. You ask him something about Diddy, huh? He be hearing you perfectly fine. Ask about Diddy. They did an interview and this dude, huh? And he got in the car and left like he can't hear. Anyway, so Clive looked like this, right? And now you got Biggie Smalls cursing, ninja this, F that. He's like, what was it? How to rob? How to rob is what's the name? It's he was just talking about robbing and killing and using the word ninja every few seconds. And Clive is like, oh, sounds good. And in my head, I looked at the documentary like, yeah, because you want us to kill, like you want black people to kill each other and rob and stuff like that. You was like, as long as it's toxic, this is in my head, as long as ninjas is unaliving themselves and being toxic, we down for it. Because he loved it. And don't tell me Clive actually loved it. He said this in line with the agenda. Put him on the label. So they said that Diddy was starting with, I forgot this guy's name. I should have wrote his name down. I don't know why I don't have his name. Anyway, he was yelling and cursing at this one dude because he took the guy's girlfriend, and that's his first baby mother. The guy gets in the car and he's like, yo, let's go fight. Let me F you up one good time, Sean. Sean, that's what they call him, not Diddy. Sean, let me F you up one good time. So you sit the hell down and relax. They get around the corner. He said that's when Sean plays Juicy. Thank you. It was Eric Sermon. Thank you. Yes, it was. So they get around the corner. He plays Juicy and he's like, oh, I like that. So I was like, I forgot that y'all had beef. I've never seen that before in my life. But apparently, this is what Eric Sermon says happened. So I guess it did. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to her in 2 seconds. So he's in the music videos. He's dancing around. We're gonna go back to that chick. Now, I wish I had a really good picture of this girl. She was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. She was in one of his first videos that he was in. And she's one of the women that they found a video of her. And they told her that, like, listen, sis, while you was out of it, some ish happened and you are on one of your man's Sean Combs videos. She didn't know how to take it. She's distorted, she's messed up, and she's crying. And you want to know something crazy? And this is why I think this is like she was being real. Later on in the episode, Aubrey has like a similar experience, and they ask her what happened. No, matter of fact, they asked her what happened when she heard about the Cassie incident. And your girl said, I felt horrible, but at the same time, I felt kind of good that I wasn't going through this alone. And I think that was a very real answer. So they had a couple of people that I kind of was like, yo, like they to me, she seemed credible to me. And she gave a real answer. Even Aubrey's answer, it caught me. Because Aubrey never spoke about the situation, but Aubrey definitely said that. Now, Aubrey's is different because somebody came to her, and it's not like she found a video. She's saying that, sis, I saw you passed out, and you was in a choo-choo situation with your man, Sean, and I think it was his bodyguard. And she's like, I have no recollection of this. Now, I remember on Making It a Band, her and Diddy used to have some kind of crazy, weird chemistry. She was an it girl. I don't care what she looked like now. If y'all think that she's a hatch job or whatever, she was fine back in the day. Aubrey was the girl. She could dance, she could sing. She was talented. I want to say like Britney Spears, but Britney Spears now looks spaced out. You can't look at the Britney Spears now. Those that know. But Aubrey O'Day had everything going on. And it was chemistry. So she said that there was a lot of flirting. She actually showed the text messages going between her and Sean. And she was like, that's my boss texting me, because he's like, I want to F you real good. You can't fall off. You have to wear this. You have to eat this. He was very controlling, and then he would make straight sexual passes at her. And he was not trying to sugarcoat it. He did not care. And I remember at the end, I used to watch Making It a Band. And at the end, you would see Aubrey and Sean Diddy go back and forth with each other. And then he would just be like, you're fired. Goodbye. Get the hell out of my office. I'm not taking this. It was just weird. It was so weird. Miss Queen Liz says yes, she was easy for him to spin out and portray her that way. No offense to her. Let me see what else is there going on. Okay, I could see this. They said that Sean was jealous. Jealous. He would, and I could see this because if you're a guy with power, you want to be liked. And he would like go in between. I think he wanted to be Biggie's best friend, but Biggie and Pac was extremely close. I don't know if y'all know. They were best friends at some time. Biggie would sleep on Tupac's couch. And Tupac was that good friend that was like, nah, you could do this. You could be anything you want to be. They said that Sean used to hold everybody back and he used to make sure that they didn't have money. It's not that he didn't have it to give. He could have gave his artists money million times over, but they said that he loved to see people scrambling and scraping, baby. Daddy. I love it when you scrape and scramble, daddy. I'm dead serious though. He likes you just over broke to keep you begging. You could be talented, you could do a lot. He don't want to pay you, and he don't want to pay you because he don't want you to be happy. He wants you to always need him. That's some child insecure mess.
Finish him.
They were showing Mary J. Blige singing happy birthday to him, and I was like, yo, and this was like in the 90s. I'm like, is Mary J. Blige singing happy birthday to him every freaking birthday? Because even up until now, you always see Mary singing happy birthday. I'm like, I know she tired. Because he gypped the shit out of her too. Your girl was just over broke forever. She's like, yep, Pac and Big and Junior Mafia was about to break away from Suge and Puff and do their own thing. Yes, they both was. Yeah, I pray Mary gets out too. Yeah, because she's right under 50 Cent now. And she said you don't see Mary J. Blige anymore. She just broke away when this whole scandal happened. So he be making her work because he never paid her. He never paid Mary what she was worth. He never paid anybody. So for that, I'm just like, yo, his moral compass is whopped. I was just like, y'all gonna hate me, but I was like, yeah, he should have got more time. It's for the stuff that he did not get caught for. And it was a lot. So allegedly he was getting away with murders, the Sean situation. Now, what Shine said, because everybody thinks that he took the money and everything else. I think it was offered. I think Shine wanted to get off. I think Diddy told him we got you and got him a lawyer, but Sean said that his lawyer did not work hard for him and his lawyer would look over at Diddy every time to make sure before he spoke. They buried Sean on purpose. And I heard that the industry does that based on, I think A-Rod, I watched that interview with A-Rod and everything else. A lot of times they pay, you think you got a lawyer and the lawyer's supposed to defend you. They be doing underhanded BS where they pay your lawyer to work against you for the other team. That's why they tell you to be careful what lawyer you have also. It's so weird because he looked like he got these beady ass eyes. Misa Hilton. So this is the baby mother he had to have, his first one. Now, if it's my recollection, was it Misa and Kim, his wife Kim, the one after his girlfriend? I'm sorry, he never married her. Damn, he ain't married nobody until at the end. They were best friends. But they said whatever Sean went after, he got. So at the time, it was Misa. And Misa had his baby. Here goes Sean. Eric. Okay, look at you. See, I'm talking. I should have had these pictures on. I'm leaving pictures. So yeah, they were really close. They were going to leave the record labels. Biggie, from what I heard that Sean had got pissed off because Biggie wasn't getting paid much money. So he had his own artist called Junior Mafia under his label. And what he would do is, because he couldn't really rap, because Sean would get money off of him and he wasn't really getting paid, that's why he was writing for Little C so that Biggie could get paid. And he was writing for Little Kim so that Biggie could get paid. And all of Junior Mafia, he was just writing all their shit so that Biggie could get paid. But Puffy wasn't getting paid like that because Biggie was Puffy's artist and Junior Mafia was Biggie's artist. And they said Puff found out about that. And he would go to the studio and he would see them in the studio and he would get pissed the fuck off and go crazy. As long as you wasn't getting money, he's happy. And this is so sad. This is a fucking snake, like squeezing the life out of you. That's some trifling mess. So yes, the world did try to break up Pac and Biggie. And I believe with my heart that first shooting that happened to Pac, they wanted Pac to think that it was Biggie. I think that whole setup was done on purpose. I do believe that Little C's was like, yo, Pac, come up. That shit is such a situation. Big ass misunderstanding. But that's what they do to the female artists. They wiggle in between them and you got serpents. They in one ear and the other, and they get them to turn against each other consistently. It's so freaking disgusting. She said, yep. And both the women was his boy's ex. Yeah, so I guess they was just in current girlfriend Kim and Albie Shore. Okay. Yeah, that's the industry. They be swapping. I think they all be doing, menage a trois, because they said Kim like a good get down too. Kirk Burrows said Puffy tightened the margins worse than the Patience labels. Yeah. Oh, and then let me see what pictures is next first. All right. So when Biggie died, Craig Mack ain't even have water. First of all, let me just get to Craig Mack. They said that Craig Mack would try to get paid after performances, and he didn't have no money like to get something. And he asked Puffy, "Can I borrow some money? Like a couple of dollars or something like that." Or maybe he asked him 400. I don't know. They said Puffy pulled out a big ass knot and gave Craig Mack one. He loves suffering. He loves to watch people suffering. That is disgusting. Oh well, Ninja, now you gotta suffer. All right, I know y'all gonna get mad at me, but I do believe I believe Biggie and Puff were doing extracurricular activities too. I don't know. It's okay. You know what? Diddy be saying suspect stuff in his own show anyway. Like nobody told him that he needs to suck this girl's daddy's D. Yes, if y'all go look at the lyrics, he tell a girl she looks so good, I want to suck your daddy's D. Like what? And I was just looking to the 10 crack commandments, and what he said that's like being in a room with two dudes and no chick. Find yourself in serious shit. He got 1 million of those. So he was jealous of Pac and Biggie's relationship, and he came in between, and he tried to make everybody seem like he wanted to be, and he needed the fame. So the thing is, even though his artist was talented, he didn't want them to be bigger than him. Like he needs when he walks in a room that you stop looking at the artist and you look at Diddy. He's all up in Biggie's videos and shit. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think at one point Biggie was like, man, sit the fuck down, please? Just Please let me have my song to myself. He's singing hooks and stuff. Okay, so the Source Awards come up, and Suge is like, yo, I remember this. And he's like, y'all tired of having y'all producers dancing in the background and all of this stuff. I was looking at Faith's face the whole time. And she's like, yo, I really got to be up here next to this motherfucker right now. I don't want to be in this shit. That's what it looked like that she was saying to herself the whole time at the Source Awards. But this is where the West Coast and East Coast started their beef right here at the Source Awards in New York City. Suge was about to open up a record label on the East Side, and he was trying to recruit people. And I heard that Puffy was going in at everybody that was thinking about switching sides to keep control over here on the East Side. And it's crazy. You know why it's crazy? Because your ninja went hard. He went hard to make sure artists stayed broke. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Stay right here so I could put my foot on your neck. And there was no need to do that. It was no need to do that. So when Biggie passed away, not only did he make himself seem like his best friend, he was like, oh, we're going to give him the biggest funeral ever. And as he saw the cost, he was like, oh, I ain't paying for this shit. Biggie paying for it. So, and he wouldn't give his mother money. So I don't know how she got that money at the end, but he definitely was holding money. All of it. I mean, Big was still living in the projects. I mean, he was still living in like little apartments and stuff like that, but he didn't have money like that. And they want us to live like that. They were selling us an illusion that the artist didn't even have. What does that say? It said they wanted to keep hip hop broke. They wanted us to put unrealistic expectations on us. Buying all these crazy names and stuff that the artist couldn't even afford. And it makes me mad because I'm thinking, and it's like you just want to hoard all this money, just hoarding it. And you see that they don't have two dimes to rub together. That's not cool. Manipulation at its finest. Scrimping and scraping, daddy. Yo, this shit took me the fuck out. I'm not even gonna lie. So they was talking about the hit that was put out on, I think it was Pac, and they rented cars and stuff like that. And they was asking him about a specific car, and they was like, yo, one of the cars is right in the music video. He was like, in Usher's music video. Why I look at the goddamn video? They played the music video of Usher. Why Diddy driving a fucking car and Usher on the hood? I was like, all I thought about is that camp that Usher went to as a kid. Diddy fun camp? Get the look at little Usher right here. And Diddy behind him driving the truck, the car. I'm like, yo, the stuff we used to watch back in the day, and we thought that mess was cool. It did look cool back in the day, but like, come on, like realistically, like you look at it, how the hell you driving like? Why would you even want to drive like this, nigga? I'm not trying to block the driver's view on a highway. I need you to see. You understand that? And we didn't think nothing was wrong with that stupid stuff. Your man is on the hood singing while Puff Daddy is driving, can't see behind him on what looks like a highway or like a one of those roads. Now get me off, daddy. And I was looking, okay, so they was So I was looking at the videos, right? Because he always do. They was talking about the "You Can Hate Me Now" where he was on the cross and stuff like that, and one of the preachers was like, "Listen, you better stop making a mockery of God." And then he decided he wanted to pull it, and they told him, "Nah, you ain't pulling it." And they said that he went and drove a fit. I don't know if I believe that, to be honest. I think that was his saving grace where he was like, "Oh, no, no, I tried to pull it back, but I didn't," because he loves making a mockery of God. Your man always throwing on church robes and wings. And he's dancing right here. He's doing this is him doing the Biggie Smalls every step you take. All you see is him winging around on the stage. And I said, no, the F he ain't. He the biggest demon up in this place. Yes, I do believe he has something to do with Biggie's situation, Biggie's death, and Tupac's death. I do. I absolutely do. Yo, y'all never heard the saying, the person that got something to hide is usually the loudest person? You know, it's the one that's falling out and shit. Pretty Girl Loves Trap says, I haven't watched the doc yet, but looking back, it seems like Biggie's demise was a promotion for Puff's solo career. Yo, Puff just like attention, yo. That situation, it was just so yeah, he's doing that's when he needed to take so much fame. That's when he came out with Dirty Money. But that's after the making of the bands and Danity Kane. And before that, it was making a band 1 and 2. Yeah. So they talked about that too. About him. He took Dawn and he wanted his solo career. So he had the girls rocking out because he wanted to be center of attention. Now, Diddy don't got no goddamn talent. They said that even the person that was trying to get him the You Can Hate Me song, they said this dude couldn't even talk on beat, scream on beat. It was like, you know, it's like it takes him forever just to get a verse out. Now, when A-Rod was trying to get him to do another album, A-Rod said that it took him 6 months to do 3 verses. And he was recording him the whole time because that's what A-Rod wanted. We got to talk about A-Rod because that was a sad situation too. I believe A-Rod. I do. And A-Rod is the one that said that he likes to keep people just under broke, but his track record is a fact. He definitely loves people being around him that don't have nothing because then you worship him. He likes to be the one that walks in the room. He likes to be the only one that has. That's a disorder. It really is. What I'm talking about, the money, the A-Rod, not A-Rod. Why am I saying A-Rod? Little Rod. Excuse me if I said A-Rod. I have no idea of Diddy and A-Rod's affiliation. Little Rod, because Little Rod was doing an album. Little Rod is very talented. He's a producer, and they were working on an album. So A-Rod had to stay up under him. And A-Rod would say some nights he blacked out and he would wake up with women in the bed, and sometimes he would wake up in the bed with fucking Diddy. And he said he couldn't explain all this soreness. And he said, and it was a lot of abuse and sexual, and it was just hell. I believe him. So yeah, Pretty Girl Loves Trap. The documentary wasn't all like just beaten up. Well, in the beginning, they did a soft introduction to his life, the talent that he did, everything that he did that was well, and they showed him slowly becoming just, I don't know, what would you call like the darkest person? A demon. Okay. Then you saw him become a demon. And he loved putting his hands on women because every woman that I'm hearing he was with, I've just never heard nothing about J-Lo being abused. But Misa, definitely. And they're saying, it was like, this Cassie thing is not new. This is a normal thing. This was a normal everyday thing. And everybody knew Kim was definitely getting her ass beat. That's another situation too. I believe he had her unalived also. He was the first one to he's over there, and mind you, her house was ransacked before she allegedly dozed off. 1 second. Oh, not me. Cool. Way back. Let me see. What else? What else are people saying about? What are people saying about this mess? So we can comment about it real quick. Let me just. I guess let me go on Facebook about it. The Reckoning, right? Because I know there's some stuff I'm leaving out because I was just at the end. I just started just like watching it, and I just wasn't taking notes because I went back. Okay, real quick. I don't know if I know I touched on it, but I didn't know if I went into detail. So Aubrey O'Day, yeah, I did. I saw a picture of her. I think I'm gonna go after that. Oh, but also Aubrey O'Day, she's not sure if it really happened or not. She was in a catch-22 with that situation. Because somebody came to her and said that she believes the girl saw her and said, I'm 100% sure I saw you slumped over and you were taken advantage of. Aubrey was extremely shocked. Now I realize why she act the way she do with him, because she act like she hate him most of the time. And she just be yelling at him, but she never said why until this came out. Somebody came to her, like I said, she's not sure. She doesn't remember or know anything, so she can't speak about it. But she said, your girl said, and this was a natural reaction. She was like, I really don't want to know all the details, but it messes with her every day because I'm like, yo, if something like that happened, would I want to know every detail? And I was like, not something that horrific. And then she's like, if the girl like came out and spoke out about it, she was like, she would like kind of shut her down about it. Now, but here's a flip. What happened if the girl is just using her name for publicity and it didn't happen? Yo, that both is scary. That's a crazy situation to be in. But anyway, guys, it's been great. It's your girl Amina Seen It, and listen, I am gonna try to review. I'm in the process of moving right now, so I've been busy. I've been so busy, but I'm going to, as soon as I move, I'm gonna try to get on a couple more times. But I will be here way more often. Thank you, guys. I love you, and make sure you watch that Pretty Girl Loves Trap. I'm excited to hear what you think about it. For everybody that doesn't know, Pretty Girl Loves Trap content 08. She is a content creator, very good, very honest, very raw. She usually does a lot of lives. My hair looks a mess now, but check her out. Anyway, thank you, Ms. Queen Liz, for hanging out with me and keeping me company. Y'all have a good one, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all.
Does that mean he's guilty?
I told you, I know your dad for a long time. He did that shit. He guilty as fuck.